Hey y'all, what's up? We are back with another video. I gotta say again, shout out to me, big ups to me. My Becca and Jay Galore podcast reaction has hit over 100 views. I'm so freaking excited. Like, for one, that video was fun to make. I do want to do a lot more reactions, but I know it's hard to do reactions on YouTube just from like copyright and things like that. But today we have another video, different topic. I'm recording a bunch of videos today because I really have to do a lot of work and packing and things this week. So I'm going to try to put a video out every day. I'm going to try my best. Also, I was doing pretty good on TikTok for the last couple of days, and then I think they shadow banned me. It might be because of that Becca and Jay Galore snippet that I posted, but it is what it is. But anyway, y'all, I just want to know if you knew that Skai Jackson had a movie coming out, raise your hand. I didn't know neither. I didn't know at all that Skai had a movie coming out. And the thing that's even crazier about this is that she posted this 6 days ago. She posted this 6 days ago. And 6 days ago, as we know, the entire world was talking about this girl and her baby daddy. No one said one thing about this girl having a movie out. I haven't seen Skai Jackson be in anything since I think she was in Bunked, one season of Bunked. Anywho, y'all. So today we are going to be talking about Skai Jackson. As you can see from the thumbnail, Skai Jackson and her baby Zaddy. Because and we're also going to be talking about Cam Newton and Jazz as well too. And the reason why I'm talking about this, and y'all, if I have a lisp, please excuse me. I just had dental work done yesterday. So for some reason, it's like my mouth is getting adjusted to my teeth that have always been here, but I had a lot of work done yesterday. So it really feels like I have veneers in my mouth, but they're my teeth. Anyway, the reason why I want to talk about this situation with Skai and Jasmine is because I know I've been through it. I know a bunch of other my friends and people that I've talked to have been through it, that have dated men like this. And the biggest thing for me is that I think what people forget and what social media is kind of clouding up for people is that we learn through life. Like, that's the only way that us as human beings can learn is through life. We can take all the constructive criticism and advice from books, from podcasts, from videos, from family, we can do all that. But the biggest lesson for anybody is life, experience, dealing with it, going through it. You know when I was younger, how many times I heard, you don't want no gangbanger, don't be dating no gangbanger, no hood boy, you don't want no dude doing this, doing that. You know how exciting that looked? I don't care if I've seen a bunch of movies of girls getting whacked off because the person they was with, or, families being destroyed because they're dating this type. That it still looked fun. I still wanted to try it. I still tried it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, life is all about experiences and how you experience it. So that's why I really wanted to get into this topic, because I just feel like people in social media it's so weird, and it's really scary, and it's really sad how social media has just made it to where, depending on your situation, depending on how many people hear about your situation, you can be blasted, torn apart, disrespected, all because of a choice you decide to make with your life. And mind you, we have somebody in office who's trying, but I digress. I digress. But anyway, this topic right here says, bruh, too disrespectful. Skai Jackson baby daddy was on Facebook Live replying to comments that was mentioning, Cameron Boyce, and said that blank is in the wood. And I do say the word nigga, but I'm not going to disrespect Cameron Boyce like that because he was part of my childhood. Now, do I like the person that Skai Jackson is with? No, at all. He's very, very unlikable. But have I dated some very, very unlikable men? You could say the current person that I'm involved with is very, very unlikable. It's all in the choices that we make, and we don't know Skai Jackson, some of her characteristics. Some people say she's a mean girl. She don't give me mean girl, but she do give me like she's not as innocent as we thought. She's not as innocent and mild mannered as we thought. You know, I feel like Skai's a little spicy. But anyway, this video right here.
Hey, bro. That nigga in this wood right here, man. Stop comparing me to a dead nigga, though. The fuck? Is y'all cool? Like, what the fuck? Is y'all cool? Y'all keep on comparing me to a nigga that's dead.
Brody, they have compared you to so many people. Cameron Boyce is probably the nicest thing they've compared you to. They've compared you to Ice Spice. They've compared you to the Bride of Chucky's and Chucky's child Glenn. They've compared you to so much, Brody. How about this? It's even a man out here saying that you swing both ways.
Ain't quiet no more. Skai Jackson, baby daddy, need to go ahead and tell the truth about what me and him got going on. Like, you going on live trying to do all this about her, but you need to tell her why you doing all that and who you really like and who you really want to be with. Like, I don't got no issues with Skai Jackson. I don't want no beef, and I've been quiet for.
I'm not gonna let this nigga talk too much because I really don't believe him. if we're being 1,000% honest, I don't believe this man at 1 second that he's messing with this boy. Like, I don't believe it. I don't. But my thing is, you're mad at people comparing you to Cameron Boyce, but you're not mad about this big burly man saying that you breaking his back. So you ain't see that. But you seen the Cameron Boyce comparison and you want to disrespect that man. Okay. Next. But yeah, y'all. So things really went left when he posted this.
When they feel like, bro, y'all talking about doing it. And I'm like, what? I ain't do. Man, I'm single. I can do whatever I want. Baby girl, you ain't know I'm good for domestic on life. We'll both go to jail. Beating on each other. Smile on my mugshot.
Now that comment right there, because see, at first, you know, I've had my fair share of YNs, you know. So for even when he said the Cameron Boyce comment, I was like he's just young, dumb, ignorant, you know, whatever. But when he said, "Sure, you know I'm good for DV," like you're an idiot. Like you're really, really an idiot. And then it's like, Skai. I've never met anyone who's told me they good for DV. Now I have definitely met people that are with the DV stuff, but they not gonna say that out loud. Like I'm good for DV. Smiling the mugshot. So you cool about going to jail for DV? The ones I know that's really with that DV stuff, they will kill you before they go to jail. Or maybe I shouldn't have said that word. But anyway. So that to me was very, very alarming. And then the fact that he said on "Wow, I'm salty, I got this Disney channel." When I seen that, I knew he posted that. This man sat here and said he's smoking on Cameron Boyce. He sat here and said that he's good for DV. But you want me to think that he did not say that he's salty that he got that Disney Channel trick? You think I'm supposed to believe he ain't say that? And then the poor mother. And this is my lesson. This is my lesson to Scott. Like, when you grow up in a home and you grow up in an environment where your family genuinely cares about you, they genuinely want to see you elevate. When you start dating somebody like this, that messes up your image all over, all around. And I'm speaking from experience, sis. I was a good girl, went to church, didn't mess with boys until I was grown in college. But when I started messing with boys, I would I would pick the ones that weren't the best for me, the ones that weren't nothing like the environment that I grew up in, the ones that didn't go to church, the ones that were in the streets, didn't care about going to school, didn't even have a job. Why? Because I was exciting. Because my entire life I was on business. I was in school, good grades, couldn't go out, couldn't have a boyfriend, couldn't do anything. And I feel like that's the same thing with Skai Jackson. Like, she's with that man that's giving her that excitement from all that young fun stuff that she saw because yeah. And now look at where it has her at. Now you got your mama out here trying to clean up a mess from the dude that you want to be with. My bad, y'all. If y'all keep hearing my phone going off, it's my man that ain't my man. This ain't supposed to be my man that keep texting me. But that's my man. Anyway, but yeah, those type of men, including the one I was just talking about, let's go ahead, throw him in there too. Like I said, I'm with you, Skai, and I'm with you, Jazz. Because those type of men ruin your image with everybody. Now your mom is looking at you sideways. My mom is currently looking at me sideways. Your friends looking at you sideways. The 2, 3 friends I have look at me sideways too. But the thing with these celebrities is why I'm making this video is because you have the entire world looking at you sideways. When I know myself, Jazz and Skai are not the only women that have made poor decision making when it comes to men. I know we can't be the only 3. And that's the part about it that really, really irritates me, especially for Skai, because Skai is young. I think Skai's like 21, 23, the oldest, I believe. Like, she's young. And people are like putting so much on her. Like, y'all never dated a bad boy. Like, y'all never dated a bad boy. So y'all never dated a man that you knew your parents would not approve of. I dated a man one time before, y'all, that was out here looking like Mac, that was out here looking like a Sean, that had a missing tooth in front of his mouth. And dental hygiene is something, and hygiene in period is something that my family takes extremely serious. The first time my grandfather saw that man, he said, "What happened to your tooth?" And then my grandfather looked at me like, and that was my first like real deal grown out of high school boyfriend. So like, we have all dated people that we knew that our family would not approve of. We have. So I go on to say this. The biggest thing with Skai, I think that everybody is so shocked about, is the fact that she got pregnant by this man, which that did gag me. That did gag me. But you know what? Again, let's put myself into it. The first boyfriend I had that I lived with, that we, had a place together, we worked together. The first man I was really, really locked in with, like out of college and everything like that, he got me pregnant. But this is what I'll say is that we were in a very mature situation at the time, not now. We were in a very mature situation. We were both working. We both had full-time jobs. We already had our own place. We already had a vehicle. Like, we didn't have to ask our parents for anything, you know? And that's why I think this situation with Skai is so off-putting, because it's like, girl, you have made a name for yourself on the Disney Channel. You are well loved, well respected. And now you're with a man that's in jail. We don't know how long he's finna be in jail for. And let's get into this. This is the part. I'm sorry, y'all.
What you just
This is the
doing that
part
girl?
that if I
Bruh,
was
I talk about doing
if
like
I
what?
was Skai Jackson's big sister or her friend, I would have to talk to Brody. So, if this is true, if this is how Skai originally found this man, then we have to let her do her and face the music that Sky just likes. This is something that she wanted. If the video that you originally saw of this man was him kissing his baby mama and his two babies while he's in shackles, then this is what you wanted, mama. And I'm happy for her. Now she comes out ever and does an interview saying how it was poor decision making and da 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 and da da da. I don't buy that, because if this is the case, if this is the first TikTok you saw and made you want to be his prison pen pal after seeing that, and let me give you a piece of advice. And I think that's why I don't fall for this type of stuff, because my dad, rest in peace, my dad spent a lot of time in jail during my childhood. So I know firsthand what jail talk is. Men will jail talk their own children and promise them things that they're going to do and all that stuff, and they're not going to do it. A lot of them are not going to do it unless you're Big Meech. A lot of them are going to get out of jail, they're not going to do it. So you decided to be a prison pen pal to a man that's in jail, and it's 2024. Just because a nigga is that young, that don't mean that he only gonna get 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You don't even know how long this man's in jail for. And I've heard that he's locked up again. There was a video of that, of him being apprehended. Sky. And sis, I'm not judging you at all. But I'm just giving you a piece of advice, like, because I feel like Sky doesn't have the. She's a smart girl. I'm sure her mother has taught her a lot, but experience, like I said in the beginning, experience teaches you a lot, a whole lot. And the one thing that I do carry with me is that I do not mess with no jailbirds. I do not. I do not. Like I said, my dad was in jail. I know the effects of what happens when a man gets out of jail. And when I say jailbird, I mean they're doing years. I'm not talking about 30, 60 days. I'm talking about years. Honestly, I ain't doing 30, 60 days with you, for being honest. You better ask somebody that's behind them bars right now. I don't do jail time. I don't do bids with nobody. And I highly, 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 highly hope that Sky has learned her lesson from this. Did you know the thing about jailbirds, why they're called jailbirds, is because it's hard for them to stay out of jail. Like, you gotta look at what this man is doing. Look what he do with his friends. Like, look, get back to the video. Thank you. Look at the type of things that he does with his friends. Like, if this is the things that he likes to do, he likes to be with his friends that's also in jail. He likes for his friends to post him outside of jail. He always has big wads of money with no resume, no work history, no nada. He's going to continue to go back to jail. We didn't see this man not one time in a Taco Bell uniform, in a McDonald's uniform, in an Amazon uniform. The only uniform we see him in is a jumpsuit. But child, that's all I wanted to say about Skai Jackson. Sky, you're not alone. Sky, I also understand that these type of dudes sometimes can be boring. Like, y'all don't realize, like, especially for someone like Sky, like, when she has her own, and she got her own name and she got her own coin, like, she don't necessarily probably even want a dude that's like cookie cutter, popular. Like, Sky wants some excitement. She wants some razzle dazzle. But in my opinion, though, Sky, like, this is the guy that she'll look back on when she's like 30 and that baby is crying like 6 years old, where my kid is at right now. She's gonna wish and look back and say, dang, I wonder what Kai doing. Because they did look so cute right here. Like, I can't even lie. This comment, she need to go back to camp. Ciao. Ciao. And why we like to say that the female fumbled? Like, how we know she fumbled? Didn't Kai get caught messing with like a 304 right after this? And he ain't pay her correctly? Anyway, y'all, let's go on to the next topic. Next topic. All right, y'all. So this next topic is something that really hits home for me, that I really, really relate to in a way. So that's why I wanted to talk about this one, because this is a hard one. This is a really, really hard one. But let's get into it. So Jasmine Brown, she has a baby with Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton is not one of my favorite people right now on the internet, because we have to toss him into the category of people that talk too freaking much. Cam Newton talks way too much. And I understand he's a podcaster, but I watch a lot of podcasts. I watch the Naj and Daniel podcast, and they're a married couple. I watch Don't Call Me White Girls podcast. Who else podcast do I watch all the time? I watch Yanni Talks. I watch a lot of different podcasts. But Cam, I watch what's the man? The old man. Whatever. Y'all know, Shannon Sharp. I watch his podcast. But Cam Newton talks way too much. And if I was Jasmine, I would, my responses would be a lot different than hers. But anyway, let's get into it. So, in my opinion, I feel like Jasmine, which, like most women, and it's me and her are alike in so many ways. But Jasmine, like most women, I feel like, she reminds me so much of myself, in the sense that we always felt like we had our foot on these dudes' neck, like we was running stuff, like we was that girl. Like we were that girl. Like any man knew if they came to you, they had to come correct. And that's exactly where I was at in my life, when I met my Cam Newton. Like I was at a point in life where I was only attracting, top tier. Any man that I was with knew it was gonna be no like little 1-2, 1-2. Like I'm the girl you keep around. Like I kept myself together, hair done, nails done. Like I was that girl. And anytime I met a man, like he had to be like that dude. And if I didn't feel like he was that dude, then he was cut off. And on to the next one. So this video right here is why I feel like this is the Jazz that we had in the very beginning, and we're going down to the Jazz that we have now.
Hey, besties. Got a bone to pick with us women. We be wanting a man to come around here, be Prince Charming, sweep a bitch up off her dusty feet, and do everything that we could ever imagine. But as I'm here in my car listening to Chloe Bailey treat me, how you expect a man to come in and treat you better than you treat your goddamn self? You not buying yourself flowers. You not taking yourself to get your nails done. You not doing none of that. But he's supposed to come over here and do all of that shit that you're not even doing that for yourself. It's given very much save me. It's given very much damsel in distress. Now, I'm talking about you gotta be so invested in yourself. If a man were to come around and see how you treat you, he know he gotta come correct. Step it up. In her song, it says, treat me like I treat me. But if you treat yourself like shit, don't be mad when he don't know what to do with you. Bitch, you don't even know what to do with you. But when you come correct and you treating yourself like the queen that you is, he don't have no choice but to come around and follow suit. Come on,
y'all. That's why I feel like that's the Jasmine that she started off as. Because that's some real stuff. Like that's exactly how my train of thought was. Like, I get my nails done, I get my hair done, you know, I eat well on my own dime. You want to spend time with me? You want to do what? You want to go where? You're not coming to my house. Or you want to go out to eat? We can go out to eat. We can go on a date. Oh, after the date, yeah, you're not coming back to my house. Now, granted, this is a great way of thinking. Great way of thinking. But the problem with life is we always meet our match. We always meet a man or meet a friend or meet an enemy that's our match. That's really like neck and neck there. Like, okay. So then Jasmine meets Cam Newton. And after she meets Cam Newton, we get this Jasmine here. Now, here's the thing. I have no issue with being submissive to the submissive lifestyle. I have no problem with that because I grew up in a home where, you know, my father worked. My mother was a housewife for the most part. I never seen my dad wash dishes. My dad would cook here and there, like play, but my mom was the homemaker. You know, my mom did all that. My dad was the one who worked and did all and brought home the money, you know. But let's just watch this. Let's watch how Jazz went from that to this. And mind you, this was all like 124 weeks ago. Her last video was 124 weeks ago. Let's get into it.
Woman do for her man? Everything. What does that mean? You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning. I know how you are about midday. I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean, he's spoiled. And you know, when I talk to my girlfriends about it, I was like, oh, how are you guys doing? And I'm just like, girl, he's rotten. I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like, he's rotten. But I love that. Like, I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. And I've been known to love people back to health. And sometimes it's very draining. But my love is my superpower. And I used to hate that about myself. But now it's like, I'm just embracing it. Like, that's who I am. Like, if I love you, I can heal you. It's your joy. It is my joy. You know, I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy. Every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest, you know? So know what that means. And that works for us because he wants what I have to offer. What are you getting?
Child. It's like, and that's why I say me and Jazz have so much in common because I know exactly everything that she means in that piece. Like I feel it. Like I am that. I'm the same way. I'm very submissive. Like the man that ain't my man, that ain't supposed to be my man, that's my man. Like I'm the same way with him. Like I know what he needs in the morning. I know what he wants for breakfast. I know what type of vibe the house needs to be on when he wakes up in the morning. I know what the vibe of the house needs to be like at all times when this man is up and awake. Like I know when he's in a mood that he needs a little space. I know, you know, when he's hungry. I know when he's tired. I know when he's stressed out. Like I know everything to the point that his family can call me and ask me what's going on. Like I'm literally like this man's personal assistant. Like when, like for instance, right now, he's out of the state, but he needs some things ordered for him. I'm like, do you want me to just order the things that you like? Because it's like he doesn't even need to tell me. Like he doesn't need to tell me. Because that's how submissive and so invested in that relationship and that person that I am. Same with her. Like it's insane. And the one thing that she said that it made me cringe, and not at her, but just because it's me too, is my love can heal people. Because the reason why we feel like that is because we've been trying to heal people our entire life. I tried to heal my mother. I tried to heal my father. I tried to heal my grandmother. I couldn't do that as a kid. Okay, so now I'm in a relationship. I'm trying to heal this man and make him feel better and take away all his worries and all his insecurities and all his, problems. But, and I'm sure Jazz sees the same thing that I am seeing. When we're doing that, we're not getting any type of healing. Like it feels good in the moment when we accomplished something. When they've shown us that, okay, yeah, we accomplished this. Okay, yeah, they feel better because we did this. When we get that moment of recognition, it feels freaking amazing. But then when dust settles and the party's over and the confetti is cleaned up, then we're right back at square one where we need healing. We're insecure. We're questioning ourselves. But we done healed this man. Like this man is healed. He good. He's happy. He's going on about his day thanks to who? Us. But then when we start questioning things, when we start having insecurities, and when we need that, we can't. How are we even expecting for someone to help heal us and to keep us mentally sane when they couldn't even do it for themselves? Well, we had to come in and do it for them. We had to help heal them. Like, and it's something that is hard to understand. It's hard to get. It's hard to get because, of course, in real life, you would think, well, if I had someone that came into my life and wanted to heal me and gave me so much love, I would love them back. Yes, you would. But some people aren't like that. Some people can get all the love from you. Some people can get all the attention, all the support, all the loyalty. I've had a few men tell me that I'm like the best girl they ever been with, that I'm so loving, and they know I'm always there for them, and they know I will never, fold on them. But that didn't mean them niggas wanted to treat me right, and they didn't. The man that ain't my man supposed to be my man that is my man just told me 2 days ago that I'm the closest female he's ever been close with. And do I believe him? Absolutely right. I do believe him. Do I also know this man cheats on me like it's no tomorrow? 1,000%. To the point that I and Jasmine became one. And I say this because Cam Newton, on that lovely, lovely podcast he has, decides that he wants to tell everyone what's going
now
on
that
in
everything
him and
is done,
Jasmine's situation.
and better always. So the thing that my children have taught me is unlocking emotions, and also it's just not my children, it's my partner now, and she does an amazing job with identifying that. It's like, tell your daughter, like, I'm making you better for your daughter. You doing what? Trust me, babe. It ain't no calm down. We not yelling. Not yelling, babe, but I just want you to feel me. Feel me. Yes. Kuda needs you. Kiri needs you. Tweet needs you. Like, these things is where it's a place of refuge, not a place of war. Right. So as I'm living, I'm not afraid to say, bro, I cry. Man, my sons make me proud. Better always. So the thing that my children have taught.
He said a whole lot of nothing. Let's see what she said.
I'm gonna put my baby to sleep. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what brings you guys joy, but it really brings me joy to serve. I love being a servant. I love to serve. It just brings me joy.
I don't know about being a servant, because I'm nobody's servant. I can be submissive and I can serve my man, but a servant, I'm sorry, that just rubs me the wrong way.
I love it. I love serving. I love it. I love it. I don't give a damn. I'll be up at 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, cooking breakfast, serving. I just love that. I love it. Yeah. It's like, it just gives me purpose. And now with the new baby, now I just feel even more purposeful, especially like when I breastfeed. I feel so full of life. I love it. I love it.
And it's always fine and dandy and sweet and cute. You don't mind waking up, making breakfast. You don't mind waking up, making sure, his bag is packed for work. I used to do that dumbass shit. You don't mind doing any of that until, like, imagine you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go make breakfast for your man and his kids. But then you sit back and you think, like, he's really tired. He's not trying to get up. Why is he so tired? Oh, because he was getting ass last night from another woman while I was in here putting this baby to sleep. While I was in here cleaning this house, washing his drawers. He was out there making another woman, you know what. Now, I don't know if Jasmine thinks about things like that, but that's what I think about. When I wake up in the morning and my dude, knocked out, tired, I know he got in like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't think about making him breakfast. Well, maybe his last breakfast. I think about that. Because it's like when you have been that for a man, when you have been their supporter, their therapist, their chef, their assistant, maybe she is right. When you've been their servant and you've been doing everything you're supposed to do, you've gotten the title now, you're the girlfriend, you've met the family. In her situation, he had the kid. I ain't having no kid, not right now. I already got bamboozled by one man. Me and this man been going on and off for a year and a half. It'll be me nuts before I push that baby by him. Anyway, but Jazz, you've had the baby. You have solidified your position. Same with me. I have solidified my position. The family loves you. He loves you. Everybody loves you. Great. He got you exactly where he wants you to be. Because now he finna act a fool. And that's exactly what he did.
Now, you are not finna tell me you up here fucking one person. It's not finna happen.
No. See, you're trying to deflect back to me.
No, I would never do you like that. But I got respect for you.
No, here.
But you didn't answer that for a reason.
No. Understand this.
You didn't answer for a reason.
I'm going to answer mine, and then I want you to answer mine too.
I will answer it, brother, and I promise you I won't bullshit with you.
Okay. How long are you talking about?
What you mean?
Fucking one person.
What do you mean, how long I'm talking about?
I'm with Corey. What you mean how long we talking about? It's that's the thing with dudes. Like, you ask them a yes or no question, and then you're gonna say how long you've been talking about. Sir. He said you're not gonna tell me that girl's the only person you've been having. Like, what you mean the duration that you've known this girl? Dummy.
As long as I've been with Jazz has not been the only person that I've had sex with.
I don't know your situation,
but I'm getting personal.
Right. I don't know your situation.
Since you want to take it there, and this is the thing that has.
Do you feel like I'm being?
So your whole entire podcast is about you taking it there. Personal. You have already. Why you think Corey asked you about Jasmine? Because of the stuff you said in the other interviews. You're the one that gets personal. Actually, you and this girl, both of y'all get a little too personal on the internet for me.
Respectful? No. Because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. No. You are not going to tell me you up in fucking one.
And then here comes the just checking on you DMs. I'm fine. Trust me. I know who and what my nigga is. And no secrets or surprises. He can talk to me about anything. And Jasmine, that's great. Sis, that's awesome. That's beautiful. But why does he have to talk about it on the podcast? And this is why I say that me and my man that ain't my man ain't supposed to be my man. When we got back together, we did something very similar, very ignorant, where I'm like, you know, babe, you're young, and I know you love me, and I love you. And I don't want you to sit here and stress and be angry because you feel like you can't live your life. You know, if you want to go and get some ass, go get some ass, babe. Use a condom and don't make them girls feel special because I'm the special one. You know them TikToks where it's like you watching yourself from the outside and they're banging on the window like, no, no. That's me. And I said that dumbass shit at the beginning of this year. So that's why I say, and that's why I'm making this video, because growth comes as fast as you learn. And I'm a fast learner. I'm a very accountable person. I'm very accountable for my actions and the things that I do. So yeah, I said that to a man that I loved, a man that I was submissive to. And why did I say that? Because it was getting to the point where I knew that, how can I put this? It was getting to the point that I already knew I was madly in love with him. I already knew within myself that I didn't want to be with anybody else sexually. I didn't want to date anybody else. I was comfortable because I was with a man who made me a priority. I was with a man that took care of things for me. I was with a man that, you know, did the things that men are supposed to do for women. Like he took care of me. Like made sure I was straight every single day. And so instead of me saying like, am I really going to let these females who he doesn't want anything with because he already has a servant, me, duh. He just want to get a little ass here and now. Like, I could let him do that because he's taking care of me. Which, in a sense, in a sense, I understand that. But this is the thing: I live in a broke world. My man, that ain't my man, supposed to be my man, has nowhere near. He has no money. Let's be real. But I seen a post yesterday that said, even a man with no money, if he loves you, will take care of you. And that's him. He don't have no money, but I know that man loves me. So anything that I need, ask for, whatever, he's going to make it happen. And that's what I love about him. But anyway, I digress. But once we start letting men get to this point, to where, you know, he can talk to us about anything. We know we can find a condom in his pocket because I found condoms in this man's pants pockets and I didn't say anything. Nothing. Once we get to that point where it's comfortable, it is a dumpster fire waiting to happen. Every time you give a nigga an inch, they're going to take an Olympic track and field mile. They're going to go cross country on your ass. You give a nigga an inch. Like, and I say this because in my experience, when I told that man he can do what he, you know, wants, don't make these girls feel special, wear condoms, that man started picking up women in my vehicle. He got tricks. I'm really trying not to curse on this YouTube like I want to. This man had females in the front seat of my car. It's no way you love these women. You know what I'm gonna do if I ever find a girl in the passenger princess in my car? What I'm finna do? But we're not talking about me here. But pretty much what I'm saying is when you give a nigga an inch, he's gonna take a mile. I don't see this situation ending well for Jazz. just because Cam Newton is too comfortable in this situation, because it's no reason why you should be talking about that on a podcast. The fact that y'all have a semi-open relationship. And another thing I want to dive into before I get up off of here, those semi-open relationships, and I call them semi-open because only part of the relationship is open. The other part of it is closed, and it's usually the woman. I was in a semi-open relationship where I couldn't date men. I damn sure couldn't have sex with no man. I couldn't link with no man. I couldn't talk to no man. I couldn't text no man. But my man was able to release his male energy and get that boys will be boys complex off of him. And he had to just shit every now and then. I just want to it don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing to me. He was able to do that. I wasn't able to do that. My phone was being checked. Ass was being whooped. Like, let's be real. If I even looked like I was giving another man attention, if I was even saying something similar to what I said to him, because that was the point of he was wilding out in his dirt, his mud, so he thinking I'm doing the same thing too, and I'm not doing nothing. I'm at home working. I got a kid. So he started projecting the things that he was doing onto me, and that's when our relationship went south. Crashed, burned, exploded. Because now you have a man that's in multiple relationships, multiple situations with multiple women, but then he's also trying to keep you at bay. But now you're getting sick of it because you're starting to realize, like, this nigga, he's not following the protocol. He's not following the plan. The plan was you get to get ass when you want to, and I'm holding my position here. But now you got these girls calling your phone 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You got these girls in my vehicle. You got these girls thinking that they somebody. I'm just saying. And with this situation, I hate to say it because I don't want to see it happen to Jazz. I don't want to see it happen to anyone because it happened to me. Like, next thing you know, this man is going to be found with another woman, or even worse, get another woman pregnant. Even worse. But child, y'all, that's all I have to say about both of these topics, because it's like double sides of the sword. Like, you have Skai, who's young, who's figuring it out, who's learning, who's just really, breaking away from the shackles of Disney and her parents. And now she's free to explore, and she picked the wrong tour to go on. And then we have Jasmine, who's grown, who's found herself as a woman, who had shit down to a T, was taking care of herself, was, upkeeping herself, that was, giving women advice on how to be a bat. And then she found a dude that, from the outside, like pen and paper, or what it say? On the outside, I'm sounding like Jocelyn now. I can't remember how the saying go. But you meet a man who, on paper, that's what I was looking for, looks like he's the perfect match for you. And not filler. NFL superstar. He fine. Well, he was fine. The whole vibe he got going on now, I'm not really a fan of. But he fine. Nice body. Probably puts it down, if you know what I mean. And he got munyon. Even done with the NFL, he's still getting munyon, still making a name for himself. Like, he's popping. Like, yeah, I understand why she did what she did. I understand why she was submissive. Because those are the type of men right there that you usually are supposed to be submissive to. But just like the old days, just like with grandma and grandpa, not my grandparents, but I've seen it a lot, aunties, uncles, when you have that man that's paying all the bills, that's doing everything, that's holding the fort down, they felt like they should be able to get some ass and they can mind their business and you mind your business. But that's the thing, Jazz, is you're not in that situation. We know you. I knew who you were. I knew who you were before I really knew who Cam Newton was, because I'm not into football. But I knew Jazz back when she was on Facebook popping it. Like you don't necessarily need that way out to the point that you have to be so desperate and you have to lower down your standards. Because Jazz, let's be real. I've been watching you for a minute. You're not the type of woman that's cool with your man sleeping around with other women. Just like I'm not. I'm not the type of girl that's cool with my man sleeping with other women. But you agreed to it because you wanted that shit to work. You want it to work. You don't want to keep arguing over females. That's how I felt. I didn't want to keep arguing over females. So you wanted it to work. So you agreed to something that right now you still may think that you're cool with, but from these other interviews that we see with him where he's saying how you're questioning him and saying how you don't like this or you're trying to do things to make him want to stay around, girl, I've done all that. I've changed up the way I've looked, changed up the way I dress, even brought other people into the bedroom. That doesn't work. They're not satisfied within themselves. It's nothing that you can do. It's nothing that the 3 other side girls can do. This man is not satisfied with himself. It's always going to be more, 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 more. You can bring 4 girls to the bedroom. Y'all can have a rendezvous. It's not going to help. He's still going to want more. So them type of men, you really have to leave alone or leave at bay. Like keep a nice little distance in between them, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to keep a nice little distance in between us so he don't get too amped up and so I don't get too sappy and fall back in the pits. But y'all, that's all I wanted to talk about today, y'all. Like this really was just me running my mouth, giving my commentary because I really feel like it's too many Skies and Jasmines and myself out here that are laughing at Skai and Jasmine. Ain't nobody laughing at me because you only know my tea if I give it to you. And even if you laugh, girl, I already laughed at myself because I know I'm a clown. But anyway, y'all, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's run this video up. Please go to my TikTok because I swear TikTok has shadow banned me and I'm not happy about it. There's no reason in hell I should post TikTok and get 1 view on it. When my first TikTok I ever posted had 49,000. I did also post that TikTok on here as a short. So if you want to see it, I think it's really funny. I got a good key out of that TikTok. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.